You feel it, don't you? That quiet, gnawing sense that no matter how much you try, life keeps slipping out of your control. You reach for stability, for clarity, for something solid in the chaos. But what you find instead is a world indifferent to your desires. And in that moment, when everything seems like it's falling apart, you realize something uncomfortable, something ancient. Control is an illusion, but your response, your mind, your choices, those are yours. This is the beating heart of Stoicism, not passive acceptance, not cold detachment, but an unshakable calm forged in the fire of reality. The Stoics weren't just philosophers, they were warriors of the inner world. They understood suffering. They lived through exile, poverty, war, betrayal, and yet they spoke of peace, of freedom, of joy. Why? Because they found a truth that most of us spend our lives running from, that we do not control what happens to us, but we do control how we interpret it, how we carry it, how we rise in spite of it. Epictetus was born a slave, beaten, owned, mistreated, but his spirit, untouched. He said, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them." What he meant was this: pain is real, loss is real, but the story we attach to that pain, that's where our power lies. You could lose everything and still be free, because freedom, to the Stoics, was never about circumstances. It was about the mind. Imagine this: you wake up and nothing is certain. Your plans fall apart. People disappoint you. The world doesn't care. And yet you don't flinch. You breathe. You observe. You act with clarity, not chaos. That's Stoicism in motion. Not suppressing emotions, but training them, not resisting life, but moving with it. It's a philosophy born for warriors of thought, for those who refuse to be broken by the weight of what they can't control. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, but he wrote to himself as a humble man, reminding himself daily that all of this power, glory, fame will pass. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. Memento mori. Remember death, not as something morbid, but as something that sharpens life. A call to live intentionally, to stop wasting time, to focus only on what matters. And what does matter: your character, your discipline, your ability to stay calm when the world burns. This isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming grounded, rooted in reason, unmoved by every passing storm. Because storms will come, people will lie, plans will fail, loved ones will die. The Stoic doesn't deny this. He prepares for it. He meets suffering with grace, not because it's easy, but because it's the only way to stay free. Now ask yourself, how much of your suffering comes from the thing itself? And how much from your resistance to it? You're stuck in traffic. The event is neutral, but your anger, that's your mind's choice. You get rejected. You lose the job. The universe didn't target you, but your interpretation, that story of, "I'm not good enough," that's where the pain multiplies. Stoicism teaches us to cut through those stories, to see reality as it is, not better, not worse, just as it is. And once you do that, once you stop fighting life, you start flowing with it. You become dangerous in the best way possible, unshaken, focused, free from the grip of ego and fear. You no longer need everything to go your way, because your way is internal. You show up with integrity, you speak with reason, you act with purpose. And whatever comes, you meet it with a calm that shakes the world. There's a kind of rebellion in Stoicism, a quiet one, the kind that doesn't need to shout. It simply walks into chaos, and doesn't blink. Because the Stoic knows something we've forgotten. The world doesn't owe us comfort, but we owe ourselves courage. Courage to endure, courage to let go, courage to be still when every part of us wants to run. And that kind of courage, that's rare, but it's possible. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, when life feels unfair, when everything is slipping through your fingers, remember this. You are not your circumstances. You are not your thoughts. You are not your fears. You are the awareness behind them, the calm within the storm, the still point in a turning world. That is what Stoicism offers. Not comfort, but clarity. Not escape, but strength. Not fantasy, but freedom. And that, perhaps, is the most powerful thing a human being can possess.